my message is about a few different things, which are very we talk about it a lot, but I think it's always good to come back to these type of things. So it's about, gratefulness and worrying and all this sort of things. So I wanted to start with saying this thing which I read recently, because recently I've been going through something and it's made me really worried about my future. And many different things can make us worry about our future, like everything, if we have that mindset about it. But I saw this thing, this lady was speaking and she was like, worrying about your future is actually disrespectful to God. It must actually hurt God that we don't trust Him. If we're worried, it's just like the almighty, powerful God that created the universe, that created you don't trust Him with your life. It's quite disrespectful, I think, and that made me feel very convicted about just what I've been thinking, and I don't know, I think people could relate to that. Obviously we know that God knew us before we were born as well, and then I saw this other quote, and it was I really felt like sharing this because for the past few months I knew I would have to share something, and I kept thinking, what should it be, even if they were short, and it kept going back. I went to a bookshop and I opened this Christian book, and the quote said, you don't know what your future holds, but you know who holds your future. And that really spoke to me. You don't know what the future holds, but you know who holds it. So we just need to put our trust in God. And if we're caught up in this stuff, you can ruin your present life because you're worrying about something that hasn't even happened yet, or you're concerned about something which we don't even know. It's literally in God's hands, and you're just gonna ruin this moment that you have probably been praying for, that you have been living up to. Don't ruin the present by worrying about the future. And this is how I wanted to link this to gratefulness, because gratitude is something that really needs to be practiced. If you're just complaining in life about many things, you're just not going to be happy. But even in your lowest moments, if you're grateful and if you thank God, then you just become happier and lighter, and you feel less negative. And it says, everyone knows this verse, maybe not everyone, but in Philippians 4, verse 6 to 7, it says, don't be anxious about anything, but instead pray about everything. And this will really help you find peace. Once you start being grateful, you'll find peace, and you'll feel pleased where you're at, and we don't need to be so worried. It even says, the verse after, this is how you can find peace. I typed that, and then when I read it further on, I was like, oh, it literally says that as well. And it says, you will not worry or be afraid because you belong to the Lord. He holds our future. So be grateful in your circumstance and count your blessings. And another thing I wanted to say, in Proverbs 16 verse 3, it says, commit to the Lord whatever you do, He will establish your plans. It's not always about what we want or how we think something has to be. We just need to commit to God and give it to Him. All He's asking for is for us to come to Him, because He will take our burdens away. And I think it's so easy to worry, it's so easy to complain, but we just need to be grateful, and we need to just trust Him, because He just knows everything. And I just think, I know it's easier said than done, but the Bible talks so much about worry, and it's always the same thing, so yeah.
Thank you.